Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about 5 misconceptions about hijab that need to be debunked now. So if you're ready, let's get right into it. So the first misconception about hijab is that hijab is just a piece of clothing or an accessory. In reality, hijab is actually a religious symbol. For Muslims, it represents their identity, their faith, and their commitment to living a life according to the teachings of Islam. Wearing hijab is not just a choice, but a religious duty for Muslim women. It is a way of expressing their devotion to God and their submission to His will. And no one should ever forget that. We shouldn't be so insensitive to say things like, oh, she wears hijab because her hair is frizzy, or she wears it because she wants to be different. No, that is not the case. She wears it because it is a religious symbol that represents her identity, her faith, and her commitment to living a life according to the teachings of Islam. The second misconception about hijab is that it is a symbol of oppression or restriction. This couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, hijab is a symbol of empowerment and freedom. By choosing to wear hijab, Muslim women are making a conscious decision to live a life that is guided by their faith and values. They are not being forced to do so by anyone else. And to suggest otherwise is to perpetuate a harmful stereotype that is based on ignorance and prejudice. In reality, wearing hijab is a source of strength and confidence for many Muslim women. It allows them to focus on their inner qualities and to be judged by their character rather than their appearance. It is a way of taking control of their own image and presenting themselves to the world in a way that is consistent with their beliefs. So when we talk about hijab, let's not make it seem like it's something that is forced upon Muslim women. Instead, let's recognize that it is a symbol of empowerment and freedom that allows Muslim women to express themselves according to their own beliefs and values. The third misconception about hijab is that it is a sign of a woman's submissiveness. This is a very harmful and inaccurate stereotype that needs to be debunked. Wearing hijab is not a sign of submissiveness, but rather a sign of a woman's personal commitment to her faith and religious beliefs. To suggest that women who wear hijab are submissive is not only offensive, but also perpetuates a culture of Islamophobia and prejudice against Muslim women. It is important to remember that Muslim women who choose to wear hijab are doing so out of personal conviction and not because they are being forced to do so. In fact, in many cultures, women who choose to wear hijab are seen as strong, independent, and confident individuals who are not afraid to stand up for their beliefs in a world that can often be hostile towards them. So please, let's challenge this harmful stereotype and recognize that women who wear hijab are not submissive, but rather strong, independent, and faithful individuals. The fourth misconception about hijab is that it is a barrier to communication or a symbol of cultural isolation. In reality, hijab is not a barrier to communication at all. In fact, it can be a catalyst for meaningful conversations and a way to build bridges between different cultures and religions. Many Muslim women who wear hijab have found that it has opened doors to dialogue and understanding rather than shutting them down. People who interact with hijab-wearing women often have preconceived notions and biases, which can lead to misunderstandings and stereotypes. However, these barriers can be broken down through open and honest communication. When people take the time to get to know hijab-wearing women on a personal level, they often find that they have more in common than they thought possible. Hijab becomes a conversation starter and a way to learn about different cultures and perspectives. And this can lead to meaningful friendships and alliances that would not have been possible otherwise. Moreover, hijab is not a symbol of cultural isolation. In fact, many hijab-wearing women are active members of their communities and involved in a wide range of activities and organizations. They contribute their talents and skills to make a positive impact in the world around them. So instead of viewing hijab as a barrier or a symbol of isolation, let's recognize it as a way to promote dialogue, understanding, and positive change in our communities. The fifth and final misconception about hijab is that it is a symbol of gender inequality or female oppression. This is a very dangerous stereotype that not only perpetuates Islamophobia, but also undermines the agency and rights of Muslim women. It is important to understand that hijab is a personal choice that should be respected and not seen as a symbol of oppression. In fact, many Muslim women who choose to wear hijab do so because it is a way for them to express their identity and empower themselves within their faith. Wearing hijab is a decision that is made by each individual Muslim woman and is not imposed by any external force, including men. It is a way for them to connect with their faith and feel a sense of belonging and pride in their identity. So instead of perpetuating harmful stereotypes, let's educate ourselves about the true meaning of hijab and respect the choices that Muslim women make regarding their religious attire. Remember that Muslim women are not oppressed and they are not inferior to anyone else. They are valuable members of our society who deserve to be respected and treated equally. In conclusion, it is important to challenge these misconceptions about hijab and promote understanding, respect, and acceptance of Muslim women and their choices. We must recognize that hijab is a personal and religious symbol that should be respected and not ridiculed or misunderstood. By educating ourselves and others about the true meaning and significance of hijab, we can help break down stereotypes and create a more inclusive and compassionate society for all. Let's strive to be allies to our Muslim friends and neighbors and celebrate the diversity that makes our communities and our world so rich and vibrant. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Until next time, stay curious, stay respectful, and stay empathetic.